Keth's scanner locked onto the derelict relay's flickering core.
A harsh chime cut through the shuttle's hum.
Active human distress beacon, buried deep in the station's service bay. Lock coordinates, Keth ordered the cutter team. Boarding in 2 minutes, full hazard suits. The team snapped into motion. Clamps thudded against the relay's scarred hull. Keth checked his breather seal. Legends whispered of humans here once. Ghost stories from the Great Drift. He ignored them. Salvage demanded facts. Plasma cutters hissed. The outer hatch gave way with a groan. Zero tugged at Keth as he propelled forward. Dim emergency strips glowed along corridors littered with debris. Twisted conduits snaked across bulkheads. Life signs? Keth queried his wrist unit. 1. Sealed bay ahead. Human vitals stable. They sliced through the bay door. Sparks danced in the stale air. Inside, a figure huddled in a reinforced service pod. Human, female, patched suit, tools scattered around her workstation. She looked up, eyes sharp behind a cracked visor. Keth raised his cutter. Identify. Salvage claim under Soren charter. The human tilted her head. No panic. She tapped her comm panel. Translator module word online in Keth's helmet. Static buzzed. Offline, Keth snapped. He killed it with a thumb swipe. Trade pigeon only. No filters. You speak common tongue? She nodded once, pressed her suit's external speaker. Keth leaned in. His team fanned out, securing the bay. Name. Affiliation. Relay. Ownership. Her lips moved. Clear. Deliberate. Not pigeon. Kalavesh Sorenkin. I am Mara Quill, engineer of the lost vessel Elysium. We call for aid, as in the old bond. Keth froze. The words hit like hull shrapnel. Perfect old Soren. Unaccented. Dead for 6 cycles. Spoken only in archives. His team's cutters powered down. Silence gripped the bay. She repeated it. Kalavesh. Sorenkin. The rescue greeting. Exact match from Eshtalan's forbidden recordings. The ones that pulled his species from the drift's extinction maw. Humans who bridged failing ships, shared air, taught fusion restarts, then vanished. Keth's grip tightened on his cutter. Legends weren't liabilities now. They breathed in front of him. Rescue logs, he demanded in pigeon, voice steady. Proof. Mara's fingers flew across her pod console. A hollow flickered to life. Grainy footage, Soren halls cracking in the void. Human shuttles docking. Figures in archaic suits hauling power cells. Voices chanting Kalavesh amid failing life support alarms. Keth cross-checked his scanner. Timestamps matched. Spectral analysis on the hollow confirmed authenticity. No forgeries. His second, Jir, edged closer. Lieutenant, she's... Secure the bay. Keth sealed the inner hatch with a roveride code. Locked them in. No signals out yet. Mara watched him. Calm. She rerouted power from her pod. Lights brightened. Her suit's seals hissed open. She stepped out, boots magnetizing to the deck. Taller than expected. Broad shoulders under the patched fabric. You trigger beacon? Keth asked. Pigeon clipped. She nodded. Core breach imminent. Relays failing. Evac pod damaged. Needed hands. Simple. Practical. No plea. Keth scanned her again. Tools on her belt. Multi-wrench, plasma torch, lingual decoder. Human ingenuity stared back. His team carried twice the gear for half the fixes. Why old Soren? He switched to it, tongue clumsy after academy drills. Her eyes lit. Learned from your archives. Elysium crew traded knowledge. Your language bridged the drift. Still does. Archives. She knew them. Keth's mind raced through protocols. Claim the relay, extract the asset. But this human matched the myths, the saviors. Jir tapped his comm. Captain inbound query? Not yet. Keth opened ship-wide channel. Direct to bridge. Captain Hesh, bay secured. One word. Rescuers. Static crackled. Then Hesh's voice. Confirm. Lockdown. Eshtalan to salvage deck. Now. Keth cut the line. Mara crouched by a sparking conduit. She yanked a panel free. Wires sparked. Her torch sealed a rupture in seconds. Air pressure stabilized. His team stared. Soren cutters took minutes for that. You're fixing it, Jir muttered. Standard procedure, Mara said. Old Soren flowed easy. Relay holds data cores. Worth saving. Cathodical, no waste. Humans fixed amid crisis. Soren planned around them. Footsteps echoed outside. Talon burst through the outer seal. Data slate clutched like a shield. Archivist robes askew over his operator harness. "Play it, Keth," said Mara, obliged. The hollow looped. Esh's frills flared violet. Shock. Then awe. "The greeting," Esh breathed. "Intact, living proof." Keth nodded. Trust flickered. Legends demanded action now. Alarms blared. Relay core groaned. Mara glanced up. Breach accelerating. We move or seal. Keth made the call. "Team, rig evac lines. Human with us." She grabbed her kit. No argument, just action. As they cut toward the shuttle, Keth glimpsed her profile. Ordinary human. Extraordinary tongue. The old rescue lived. Captain Hesh's voice crackled again. "Status?" Keth gripped the comm. Relay shuddered. "Boarding with asset. She's one of them." Wild shuttle clamps locked with a shudder. Mara Quill gripped her toolkit and jumped through the hatch first. Her boots hit the salvage deck plating. She dumped the kit with a clang. Readouts flickered red on the bulkhead. Relay life support failing fast. Oxygen at 18% and dropping. Soren crew froze around her, frills rigid. "Life support relays compromised," Mara said. "Hull breach feeding in. I can patch the radiator seals. Buy time for safe data core transfer." Lieutenant Kethvara waved his team back. His eyes narrowed at her suit seals. "Captain, human secured." "She's volunteering repairs." Captain Hesh's voice boomed over the intercom. Harsh Soren clipped through her translator. "Quarantine her. Full decon. No contact until cleared." Two Soren in hazard suits grabbed Mara's arms. She twisted free. Easy. Their grips lacked leverage. "Oxygen cycling out. Patch now, or your cores cook in vacuum." Hesh's frills bristled on the overhead screen. "Identify the old Sarin phrase source. Now. Or you stay sealed." Mara pulled her wrist slate. Cracked audio file from the relay. Garbled rescue log she'd scraped during evac. She tapped playback. Static hissed. Then her voice overlaid the fragment. "Vara Keth Talon. Relay holds. We fix." The deck went silent. Soren stared. Talon pushed forward. Data slate glowing, archivist eyes wide. "Recreate it clean," Mara said. "Give me your archival feed." "Match cadence." Esh hesitated. Keth nodded sharp. Esh linked slates. Archival recording bloomed. Crisp old Soren. From 5 centuries back. Human voices amid Soren screams. Evac shuttles launching as their world cracked. Mara synced her file. Waveforms aligned perfect. Cadence matched. Rising inflection on Keth. Drop on Talon. The original rescuers, Esh's frills flared violet. It's her lineage. The cadence seals it. Savior's tongue. Alive. Hesh's screen flickered. Proof or trick. Quarantine holds. Alarms spiked. Deck vents wheezed. Oxygen readout hit 15%. Crew frills paled. Fatigue setting in. Mara smelled the drop. Thin. Metallic. Radiators venting scrubbers, she said. Hull walk patch. 10 minutes out. I go now. Or we all suffocate. Keth checked his harness. "Captain." "No." Hesh cut in. "Human stays." Mara yanked her kit open. Magnetic clamps, sealant torch, rad shield patches. She slapped on her EVA tether. Suits rated. "Your decon delays kill us." Crew coughed. Jeer. Keth's tech slumped against a crate. Esh clutched his slate. Eyes on Mara. Keth faced the screen. "She's fixed worse under fire." Relay breach sealed mid-spark. Trust the action. Hesh paused. Readouts screamed. 5 minutes. Hull cam feed only. One wrong move. Mara cycled the outer lock. Vacuum bit cold through seals. Stars wheeled beyond the relay hulk, clamped to their salvage ship. Radiator fins glowed dull. Microfractures spiderwebbing from debris hits. She mag-clamped across the hull. Sparks trailed her torch. First fracture. Seal and patch. Gel foamed. Hardened. Second. Bigger. She wedged in, torch hissing white. Inside, Soren watched cams. Keth's voice crackled in her helmet. Status. 2 down. 3 to go. Her arms burned. Humans pushed through. Soren planned. Oxygen ticked to 14%. Jur gasped, audible over comms. Ash murmured, like the logs. They walked hulls while we choked. Third patch locked. Radiator hummed steady. Air recyclers whirred back online. Mara retracted to the lock. Sealed. Transfer safe. Hatch cycled. She stepped in. Crew exhaled as one. Keth pulled her decon hood. No fear in his eyes. Respect. Pesha's voice returned. Decon complete. Data core's priority. Human. Assist. Mara wiped sweat. Toolkits ready. Ash approached. Slate extended. Archival holoplayed. Ancient humans hauling Saurian from ruins. Her phrase echoed exact. You're them, Ash said. The pullers from extinction. Mara shrugged. Just fixed a relay. Like always. Keth watched her repack tools. Ordinary moves. Extraordinary results. Trust solidified, not myth. Action, but core readouts glitched. Deeper damage. Something stirred in the relay guts. Not dead data. Alive. Alarms blared anew. Not air, motion sensors. Inside the cores. Keth's claws flew across the console. Motion sensors screamed from the data cores, shadows twisting in the derelict relay's guts. Not debris. Alive. Captain! He barked into comms. Cores compromised. Hull breach venting atmosphere. Human. Send her, Hesh cut in. Protocol bends. Get those cores. Keth spun to Mara. She already yanked her toolkit from the rack. Eyes locked on the flashing schematic. No questions. He grabbed her elbow. Airlock. Now. They sprinted down the corridor. Crew parted like vapor. Esh clutched his archival slate, trailing. The logs show them sealing breaches mid-storm. Micrometeors shredded our hulls then. Keth shoved open the airlock hatch. Soren vacuum suits hung rigid in their bays, scaled for their lithe frames, jointed for precision claws. He snatched one, unmodified, into this. Fast. Mara stripped her jumpsuit without pause, slid into the suit like it molded to her. Seals hissed, perfect. No fumbling with torso clamps or limb locks. Her broader shoulders clicked into place. Helm latched. She flexed fingers in the gloves. Fit. Keth stared. Soren gear rejected half our own recruits on first try. She moved like born to it. Cycle, she said, voice muffled but clear through the shared tongue. Outer hatch irised open. Stars glared. The relay loomed, a gutted hulk, radiator fins now stable from her last patch, but fresh fractures glittered along the core access skin. Micrometeor swarm pinged off the hull. Sparks danced. Kethmag clamped a drone swarm to her backplate, tagged your route. Hazard markers active. Red zones ahead. She boosted out, thrusters fired smooth. Grabbed the patch plate from the airlock tether. Heavy alloy slab, meant for 2 Soren. Dragged it solo across the relay skin. Ping, ping, ping. Meteors struck. Her suit shuddered. Limiter chimed. Safety cap at 40% velocity. She slapped her gauntlet panel. Overrode it. Green light. Accelerated. Keth's console lit with feeds. Limiter off. Debris density rising. Pull back. No response. She ignored the first hazard marker. A fractured spar, tumbling slow, veered straight through. Plate scraped hull. Sparks flying. Second marker. Ion exhaust vent. Flaring hot. She rolled under it. Plate held high. Ash leaned over Keth's shoulder. She cuts the long path. Like the saviors. Direct line through death. Keth's vents hissed. Protocol drilled caution. Drones tagged her optimal route. Zigzag safe. She blazed straight. Leak sight loomed. Fist-sized puncture atmosphere jetting white into void. Core readouts flickered behind it. Plate slammed down. Mag clamps locked. She torched edges. Blue flame steadied despite pings hammering her shoulders. Field resin canister uncoupled from her belt. Foam sprayed, foamed out. Hardened under UV lamps, she triggered one-handed. Radiator flow indicator jumped. Cores stabilized. Vent sealed. Done, she transmitted. Retracted thrusters. Hauled back, plate abandoned like scrap. Keth's claws trembled on controls. 2 minutes. Soren teams took hours. 2 operators minimum. Hatch cycled. Mara stepped in. Suit scarred but intact. Decon spray misted. She popped helm. Sweat beaded her skin, but grin flashed. Flow restored. Cores quiet now? Keth pulled her decon hood. Unclipped seals. Motion stopped. You overrode limiter. Broke protocol. She shrugged. Limiter slowed me. Leak wouldn't wait. Packed her torch. Ordinary. Esh thrust his slate forward. Hollow replayed. Ancient humans in crude suits, dragging plates through meteor storms, sealing Soren arcs while their world choked. Her words overlaid exact. Leak won't wait. You're them, Ash whispered. Pullers from extinction. Language matches. Actions match. Mara glanced. Fixed a hole. Same as radiators. Main's Hesh's voice crackled shipwide. Lieutenant Vara, report. Keth keyed comms. Breach sealed, Captain. Radiator flow full. Cores secure. Human assist critical. He paused. Thence cycled deep. Legends were liabilities. Stories that bred hesitation, but evidence stacked. Suit fit, override, direct path, results. Request permission to retain human quill aboard. Protocol be damned.
She's asset. Silence stretched.
Crew eyes locked on him. Jury exhaled slow from the engine bay. Granted, Hesh said. Diplomacy now priority, but cores first. Deeper scan shows, not Saren. Keth nodded to Mara. Suit off. Toolkit to cores. She shouldered it. Lead on. They moved as one. Esh trailed, slate humming. Keth's drones redeployed. Mapping ahead. Motion sensors pinged faint. Not stopped. Shifting. Inside the core bay, panels hummed reluctant life. Mara pried one. Wires sparked. Her fingers danced. Splice. Reroute. Keth watched. Ordinary moves. Cores lit steady, but a new ping echoed. Not mechanical. Faint calm burst. Alien freak. Human? Esh froze. Logs mentioned signals. Hidden allies in the ruins. Mara's brow furrowed. That's no relay echo. Keth's claws itched for weapons. Trust solidified in patches and overrides. But what stirred now demanded more. Alarms flickered green, then red. External ping. Ship inbound. Not Saren transponder. Captain, inbound vessel. 3 minutes to intercept range. Keth barked into comms, eyes locked on the core bay console. Mara crouched beside him, toolkit splayed, fingers splicing the final relay feed. Sparks danced across her gloves. Hesh's voice cut sharp. Transponder ID? Negative. Ghost signature. Matches derelict's old logs. Scavenger pattern. Mara yanked a panel free. Not scavengers. Relay cores pinging it. Active handshake. She tapped the exposed drive. Its casing etched with faded Soren script. Give me access. Full dump and cleanse. Your ship gets clean data. I get the partition. Keth's claws flexed. Demands from an asset? But her overrides worked. Cores hummed, stable now. He glanced at Esh, who clutched the slate like a shield. Archivist, verify her claim. Esh edged forward, mandibles clicking. Old partition, legends speak of it. Sealed after the pullback. Human tongue matches the recordings. He slotted his override key, the core word, light sequencing green under supervision drones. Projection flared, a hidden partition, labeled in jagged old Soren glyphs. Rescue vector, eternal debt. Keth's vents hissed, not myth. Data. Mara leaned in, eyes narrowing. Obsolete cipher. Gimme a sec. Her multi-tool interface direct. Lines scrolled, decoding cascade. A star map bloomed, pulsing nodes, keyed to pre-collapse Soren colonies, ghost worlds. Lost after the collapse, Esh gasped. Slate forgotten. The Savior's path. Colonies we mourned as ash. Real, Mara said, voice level. Your legends logged it as nav data. Pulled your fleets from black holes, rerouted the swarm. This map's the proof. Endpoints intact. Keth's sensors spiked, human fingers traced routes he'd dismissed as fable. Ordinary for her, extraordinary yield. Alarms blared. Inbound at weapons range! Jur yelled from engine bay. Hesh stormed the bay. Frills flared. Vara. Status? Core secure. Map extracted. Keth thrust the projection forward. Pre-collapse sites. Viable. Nearest. 2 jumps. Standing orders say salvage and ghost, but this reroutes everything. Captain's gaze flicked map to Mara. Human testimony? She shrugged. Uploading the file. Data doesn't lie. Your pullback? My ancestors op. Routine evac. Ship inbounds no friend. Map flags it as hazard cluster. Hesh's claws drummed bulkhead. Risk calculus. Orders demanded clean exit. Report chain. But map glowed. Coalies. Legacy. Proof. Scavenger inbound tipped scales. Reroute to nearest coordinate. Hesh snapped shipwide. Evasive pattern delta. Juror spool jump drive. Vara. Secure the human. Keth nodded, motioning Mara back. She complied, toolkit slung, but uploaded a translation patch mid-stride. Consoles lit with synced overlays. Old Sorin hazards now flagged universal. Radiation blooms, debris fields, bioplagues. Warned you, she said. Map symbols obsolete. Patch auto-adjusts your nav AI. Trust it. Crew stared. Esh recovered first, mandibles wide. She gifts clarity, like the recordings. Keth herded her to the lockout. Drones sealed the bay behind. Trust built-in patches, overrides, now nav salvation. But inbound ship loomed. Transponder spoofed. Weapons hot. Captain, they're hailing. Comms officer reported, demanding the derelict. Armed claim. Hesh's voice hardened. Ignore, jump in 60. Keth strapped Mara into salvage harness. Her eyes met his, calm competence. No boasts. Your crew's good at holds, she said. Tight weave. Saved my splice twice. Sorin skill. Structural integrity under fire. Human skill. Data resurrection from myth. Vessel shuddered. Proximity burst. Keth's claws gripped rail. Evidence stacked higher. Legends walked aboard. Projection lingered in his HUD. Map's final node pulsed, not endpoint. Beacon.
Esh, burst onto the bridge deck. Captain!
The partition. It keys a live relay. Savior signal, active. Hesh punched jump. Stars warped. But the inbounds shot grazed. Shields buckled. Alarms wailed. Keth unstrapped. To guns? Affirm. Hesh growled. Human toolkit to shields. Ordinary repair. Ordinary repair. Their extraordinary hour. Core bay feeds spiked anew. Map whispered coordinates. Destination alive. Keth followed her lead. Trust demanded action now, not myth. Keth gripped the salvage console as the ship dropped from jump. Stars snapped into focus around a derelict cluster. Ancient debris field. Map coordinates pulsing live on his HUD. Approach run pattern delta, he ordered. Full scans. No deviations. Mara leaned over his shoulder, toolkit slung low. Her finger stabbed a flickering symbol on the shared overlay. That hazard glyph? Mistranslated, not debris. Minefield wake-up sequence. Old Sorin pattern. Your ancestors' design. Keth's mandibles clicked dismissal. Human guesswork. Legends didn't rewrite nav data. Negative. Standard salvage drift. Esh. Verify cultural match. Esh Talan hunched at archivist station, claws flying over relic pads. Glypholines, partially. But her patch. Proceed. Keth cut in. Trust her repairs, not hunches. He vectored thrusters. Ship surged forward, crossing the boundary glyph. Alarms erupted. Hull sensors screamed. Wake up confirmed, comms wailed. Mines activating, field density critical. Keth's display bloomed with red blooms. Dormant ordnance stirring, older than Sorin records. One mistranslated symbol, and their civilization's forgotten graveyard hungered. Mara shoved past. Manual helm, now. She yanked the override lever, fingers dancing on auxiliary sticks. No hesitation. Her eyes locked on visual drift. Faint orbital wobbles in the mine husks. Hard starboard 0.3 drift lag, she called. Ship banked sharp. A mine pulsed awake 10 meters off bow, energy web flickering to life. Keth's claws slammed deploy. Countermeasure drones rocketed out, Sorin precision swarm, his design. He mirrored her path, feeding telemetry back. Stern clear, 80% coverage. Drones painting gaps. Mines converged, slow but inexorable. Ancient Sorin tech, patient killers, timed to drift harmonics. Their ship threaded the first gap. Mara's timing perfect, visual cues only. No AI could match that raw parse. Port roll, count 3 breaths, she said. Keth felt the weave in his grip. Human instinct danced with Soren structure. Drones buzzed stern, spoofing signatures, buying seconds. Captain Hesh stormed bridge. Status! Inbound slew! Keth snapped, human helm holding. Mara's voice cut clean. Captain? Cut engines. Full stop. Let drift carry us. Esh's facets narrowed. Risk calculus. Engines painted targets. He punched the command. Engines cold. Propulsion died. Silence gripped the deck. Mines drifted past. Armless ghosts. Their webs questing blind. Drones hummed final overrides. Stern secure. Keth exhaled. Field cleared. Debris parted to reveal the beacon. The massive Soren relic, humming active. Savior's signal, Paresh. Mara released helm, wiping sweat. Told you, patch worked. Keth met her gaze, not guesswork. Evidence. Her normal, pierced myths his people hoarded. Ash burst forward, mandibles agape. Recordings match. Exact drift calls. The rescuers spoke like this, acted like this. Hess scanned the beacon feed, it's broadcasting. Species-wide archive. Our extinction debt. Live. Keth's HUD pinged new data burst, not just history. Warning, incoming signatures. Multiple. Armed. Soren transponders, but wrong. Captain, he said, they're locking weapons. Trust rebuilt in drifts and drones, but the galaxy remembered debts differently. Mara gripped the shuttle's harness as Ash punched the docking clamps. Metal groaned against the relic station's scarred hull. Alarms blared from the Soren ship behind them. Captain Hesh's voice crackled over comms. Quill, Talon, breach fast. Armed contacts closing.
5 minutes. Copy, Mara said.
She yanked her toolkit free. No time for seals. The station's airlock hatch hung ajar, power dead but intact. Esh's mandibles clicked anxiety. Rights demand key phrase alignment. This is sacred. Power first. Mara wedged her multi-tool into the panel. Sparks flew. She stripped wires with pliers, twisting a bypass from scavenged conduit and her own glove insulation. Human jury rig. Crude. Reliable. Current surged. Lights flickered on. Air hissed in. Esh froze. Facets wide. You? Built that? No right? Works doesn't need prayers. Mara shouldered the hatch. They spilled into a dim corridor, emergency strips glowing faint blue. Consoles hummed awake, data scrolls cascading in Soren script. She scanned her translator pad. Core vault ahead. Lead. Esh scuttled forward, claws tapping readouts. Archives intact. But locks, encryption rights bind them. Chant sequences, blood scan proxies. Mara eyed the vault door. Massive, etched with fractal wards. No keypad, just a seamless slab. Rights take time. We got 3 minutes. She dropped to her knees, prying a seam with her shim set, carbon fiber wedges, hammered home by fist. One edge lifted. She inserted the next, ratcheting pressure. Leverage 1. The door ground open on hidden hydraulics. Esh's vents wheezed. Impossible. Those are right sealed. Generations unbroken. Mechanical override. Mara stepped inside. Hollow emitters whirred to life. The chamber bloomed. Crystalline cylinders lined the walls, pulsing with stored light. Esh lunged for a central pedestal, claws sealed around a fat archive tube. He slotted it into a player. This one evacuation core. Legends say. Footage erupted in hologram. Chaos. A burning Soren colony world. Skies choked with Raiders' plasma. Insectoid refugees swarmed loading ramps. Soren like Esh, but ragged. Eye stalks wilted. Human figures darted among them. Suited, no weapons drawn. One hauled a limping elder aboard. Move! Priority evac. Kids first. Voices matched Mara's earpiece translate crisp commands. Shared tongue. A human engineer patched a failing ramp seal with weld gel in bare hands.
Seal holding. Go, go. Soren fled into human ships.
No demands, no glory, just extraction. Then, cut. Ships vanished into jump space. No trace. Mara leaned in. Her pad pinged cross-reference. Those markings. Deep Space Survey Convoy 47. Early expansion crews. Logs flagged them unresolved. Missing after Soren lift. Centuries cold. Esh's claws trembled on the cylinder. They spoke our emergency cant.
Acted as one. Our extinction debt. Real.
You match them. Not me. Standard protocol. Mara traced a console feed. Fresh data streamed. The station's beacon log. This relic broadcasted the call. Pulled your ship here. And those inbounds? Not friendlies. Transponders spoofed. Raiders maybe after the archives. Comms barked. Keth's voice. Shuttle secure? Weapons hot inbound. Hesh demands extract. Esh clutched the cylinder. We verify. Share it.
Proof.
Mara nodded.
Deal.
Link your archives to EarthNets. Full context. Your history. Our gaps. In exchange, we sync the convoy logs. Rebuild the record together. Esh's facets gleamed. Trust through data. Like them. She slotted her pad into the pedestal. Handshake initiated. Streams merged. Soren glyphs flowed into human formats. Earth access pinged green. Alarms spiked. Hull shook. Contacts firing! Hesh yelled. Drones inbound. Mara grabbed Esh's arm claw. Grab cylinders. Run. They bolted for the airlock. Shims clattered behind. Footage looped in her mind. Humans vanishing like ghosts. Saviors. Unpaid. But ghosts didn't dodge raiders. Explosions rocked the station. Mara sealed the shuttle hatch. Engines roared. Back to the ship. Trust databound. Guns live. What debt demanded now? Keth yanked the shuttle hatch open. Alarms screamed through the hangar. Mara stumbled out behind him, clutching a dented cylinder. Raiders' drones streaked past viewports, plasma scorching the hull. Bridge, now, Keth barked. He clamped a claw on her shoulder, propelling her forward. Crew scattered from their path. No quarantine suits this time. Trust data burned in his pad. Verified footage. Synced logs. Legends walked. They burst onto the bridge. Captain Hesh spun from the command pedestal. Lieutenant, report. Keth shoved Mara forward. Verified. Full crew, eyes here. He slotted the cylinder into the main holodisplay. Footage bloomed. Ancient humans hauling Soren pods from a collapsing station. Their words, old Soren cant, crackled clear. Evac protocols. Move! Gasps rippled. Esh Talon pushed through, facets wide. It's them. Extinctum debt. Paid forward. A rookie engineer froze mid-panel swipe. Myths. Real? Hesh's mandibles clicked. Quiet. Lieutenant Vera. Authenticity. Keth nodded sharp. Cross-checked. Mara's keys match. A station beacon pulled us. Raiders chased the archives. He tapped his pad. Data streams overlaid the holo. Human formats meshed with Soren glyphs. Convoy logs flickered. Gaps where ships vanished centuries back. Mara stepped up, unfazed. Raiders spoofed transponders. Archives are the prize. We sync more. We track the convoy route. Hesh's eyes narrowed on her. No contaminant protocols. Just facts. Broadcast packet to command. Include her keys. Keth routed the feed. Transmitting. First contact confirmed. Static hissed. Command acknowledged. Packet received. Hold position. Verification en route. Bridge tension eased a fraction. Hesh turned to Mara. Joint recovery. Your plan? Mara pulled up a tactical overlay. Mixed teams. Soren sensors for debris fields. Human pattern matching for spoofed signals. Team 1, station perimeter. Team 2, convoy ghost trail. We launch in 10. She assigned claws to tasks. Keth, you lead mixed with Esh. Rookie, Jin, you're on linguistics relay with me. Jin's facets paled. Me, with the human? Keth overrode. Authorized. He strode to Mara's quarantine seal on the main hatch. Public display. Claws snapped the lock. Green light flashed. Unrestricted access. She's crew until recovery. Crew murmured, no protests. Footage looped faint in the background. Humans saving without fanfare. Hesh grunted approval. Teams form. Raiders circle back soon. Keth watched Mara corner Jen by a console. The rookie fumbled a panel, claws shaking. Old Sarin? I only know basics. Mara knelt. Eye level. Basics first. Repeat. Evac protocols. Move. Jin echoed. Mangled. Mara corrected. Patient. Can't is punchy. Feel the rhythm. She tapped his claw in time. Jin tried again. Cleaner. Esh sidled up to Keth, like the legends. Teaching mid-firefight. Keth's spines stiffened. Mara glanced over, nodded once. No humble brag. Just action. The human slotted into salvage rhythm like she'd always run it. Legends didn't join crews. They vanished. Raider pings spiked on sensors. Ish bellowed, "Teams launch!" Keth grabbed his kit. Mara fell in beside him. Pad synced. Jin trailed, muttering cant under breath. They hit the shuttle bay. No quarantine. Crew clapped Jin's shoulder, then Mara's. A ventral tech passed a tool harness. Fit her? Mara cinched it on. Perfect. Keth sealed the hatch. Engines thrummed. Raiders inbound. Convoy ghosts waiting. Legends breathed now. Crewmate. But what debt did ghosts demand when raiders closed the noose?